It's part of the strides being made to better prevent and report student concussions.
With the goal of keeping our children safe. Last month, we told you about a new study by the University of Hawaii. It counted 613 head injuries among high school athletes last semester. 321 of those were in football.
The report also broke down the numbers by school. Mililani, with one of the largest rosters, at the top of the list with 41. Kaiser, Nanakuli, and Waipahu, all with a smaller number of athletes, near the bottom with only 3. And with the majority of injuries in football, we wanted to take a closer look at those numbers and ask, could anything explain that big difference? Bridget Namata digs deeper.
I took a closer look at the numbers. Here's what I found. The number of concussions at Mililani was over 13 times higher than the schools with the lowest numbers. I wanted to know why the big difference. I reached out to those in the know, an athletic trainer who took part in the study, a high school football coach, and a former player, now a high school sports analyst and host of a radio show on sports injuries. Our search for answers started with phone calls to Mililani head football coach Rod York. But after multiple calls with no response, we had to look elsewhere. Sports analyst Mark Vanieri. What do you think is the reason for that disparity?
Well, I think there's two things. One, there's numbers. And I think Mililani obviously turns out a big number of football players each year.
I'm told Mililani had about 130 players on its varsity and JV team last season, winning the Division I state championship.
They play safely, not dangerously in that matter, but they're very physical. And you can tell in which the manner that they play, you know, maybe there's more, I guess they're more susceptible to potentially getting a concussion because of the style.
But is there more to it than that? I went straight to the source, an athletic trainer who helped put together that University of Hawaii report.
Some kids don't want to report for a number of reasons. That could be a reason why one school is lower than the other.
The UH report is the first to break down concussion numbers by school.
One school could have a lot of injuries one year and then the next year have very few.
We turned our attention to the schools with the lowest concussion numbers, among them Kaiser. Head football coach Arnold Martinez tells me there could be a number of reasons why its numbers were low, like teaching style.
Eyes up. I tell my kids, I don't want to come to the hospital visit. I will. I'll be there every day with you. But I don't want to be because you're doing something I told you to do either. Do it this way so we keep you out of that situation.
Kaiser's team was much smaller than Mililani's. I counted 78 varsity and JV players on its roster. Martinez tells me he focuses on player safety, emphasizing shoulder-fit tackling. I asked if he could demonstrate, so he rounded up a few players.
Up, push, fit, good, okay.
He also tells me high school football is now approached differently than when he played in the mid-'80s.
You had to be a hitter to get on the field. And a hitter was a guy who took other people out. And that's the way the game was in the past. But it's archaic now. It's gone.
What happens next? How can the information in the report be used to protect children? Well, I'm told more research. The state could spend another $450,000, this time looking at sports outside of the fall season. The report only covered 3 months' worth of data. I'll follow up. I'll let you know what happens. Bridget Namata, KHON 2 News.